A new 4-lane highway stretching all the way from the Demerara River to Parika on the east bank of Essequibo promises to open thousands of acres of lands for housing, mega agricultural projects, tourism, and other activities. It could become one of the most transformational infrastructural projects this country has ever seen. And the President, Irfan Ali, is taking no chances and is leading this from the front. On Saturday, he put together a team of experts from various government ministries, departments, and the Army to drive as far as they could to demonstrate that this project can happen. It is really possible.
This new road you are here. Alright, come all the way up. Alright, boss? Yeah. Alright. Hey! So, this is the alignment here. So, create a new 4-lane highway from the bridge all the way to Parika. And then from Parika, it can take us to Parika, right? Yeah. Through the Delphonte Road. By the end of November, we must be able to drive at least on a dam surface from here to Parika, right? And next year, we have to start pushing this closer. The objective today is to find all the points to ensure that we have the carriageway for the 4-lane road. But if we have to get from guys 2, we have to get from guys 2, that's okay. So identify all the bridges, the bridge connection, and all the interconnection with the existing main road. Right? So clear on the mission today, right? Good. So we have one connection here that will go to the new bridge and join that road. Then this connection here goes to Vorseals. And we have no encumbrance. So from a planning perspective, which is better for us?
Well, I mean, if you're building a new bridge here and you want to eliminate the traffic around here and open out urban planning here, this would be...
Right, so it's not only for, it's not urban planning alone for housing. Yeah. This is about making agriculture easier, about reducing the cost, bringing down the cost, opening up new opportunities.
This would be the best. That is why this road here, President, will be the best option, which will create opportunity for tourism, open up agriculture, aquaculture.
What is your view?
No.
I don't want to waste time.
No. This is the best view.
What is your Brigadier? What is your view?
About here.
What is your view, Bishop?
Once you're looking for lands for development, you got to come off of what the alignment that is already existing.
So you gotta go this goes to connect to Ocean Road. So when on this alignment here, you come out of Parika.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Yes.
You can come out of Parika, you can come out of Lenore, you can come out of Hague, then Amstel, Jealousy, all over you can come out. It's just you have to take the shortest distance, right? And we should look at distance 3 miles and so, right?
Yeah.
Just the one you'll have by the bridge, which might be about 7, about 6. And this one to Vorseals might be about 6. The others can be less. 5 and 4 and 3. At Parika might end up to less than 2.
Yes.
Right? Correct. So what we can also do is when you're doing the mapping, we can continue the alignment all the way to Parika. Right? But everything here is clay.
This is all high down, clay farmland. So
everything here is clay. No, clay. It's just that it isn't clear. That is why I'm saying, once we agree, we send in a Bolozo Moriaga to come in with the army, a joint team, and we clear it. We clear the dam straight to Parika. When we clear the dam straight to Parika, we have a clear understanding for the planning perspective now. Then we got to get all the planners on board, look at farmland, look at Gaisuku land, private land, lease land, look at housing opportunity, right? All of these things, right? You can remember, this also will increase the value of the land.
Correct.
Right? So it's not only increasing the value up front, we are giving now an opportunity for farmers to have high value land along here that will take up their equity value, take up their asset value and everything. decandring here now.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at what is going on so far, the three things you have to take into consideration. Presently, this will be considered low asset land of no value, or as a layman would put it, it is called marginal value, where the pH level is very high, so you can't use it for agriculture. So when this new highway comes now, marginal land or low value land is going to become prime asset. So marginal land and where the pH value is very high cannot be used for agriculture, but becomes very important for housing. So that is how the development shift will take place, and that is how that is the thinking behind the whole urban regional planning, integrating the best use of land use planning. Now, what this also does, and I think most of you are amazed that although you're driving so slow on a dam now, you're already decandring. So you're talking about from canal number 1 to Parika of a distance of about 12 miles, right? Between 12 to 15 miles, but more on the 12 miles radius. That means that you'll actually be cutting down the travel time substantially, right? So from Canal 1 now, taking the straight alignment to Parika, if you go on a straight drive, you're talking about cutting down the travel time by almost 35-40 minutes. 35-40 minutes, very comfortable. That is better for the environment, it is better for the economy, it is better for businesses, the cost of doing business and the integration of community, and the opening up of thousands of acres of land, right? Low value land now, that will become high value land. We, during the campaign, spoke about the development of new growth poles, the building of new highways, transformative projects, and Region 3 is one of those regions where we will have a lot of transformation. And part of the transformation is about creating new infrastructure, converting low-value land or marginal land into high-value asset, and having a development mix that they take into consideration expansion of agriculture, opening up of tourism opportunity, housing development, industrial development, commercial development. And what you've seen here today is a demonstration practically, and I'm happy you're here to see it, a practical demonstration as to the opportunities. Right now, if you tell someone you can drive on an alternative access from canal number 1 to Parika, they might have doubted you. But you have seen it for yourself. So we're going to put together a local team. When you talk about local content, we have the Army here, we have the Ministry of Public Works, Guyanese-based engineers, GIS specialists, and the private sector, local knowledge. We are bringing them together to commence the conceptual work in laying out this new highway. You're looking at about 12 miles connecting Canal to Parika and eventually on to the Del Conte route connecting to Bartica. Over the next 3 weeks, we will be examining many alternatives, including connection from Timeri to Bartica, the new 4-way highway from Timeri to the East Coast. So it's exciting times for Guyana.
We promised Guyanese that we will give out at least 50,000 house lots in 5 years. Getting this alignment open will even cause us to surpass the 50,000 mark. Getting this alignment open will allow for more investment.
We are hoping that the diaspora can click into what we are doing, can sign into what we are doing, and also come to be part of the opportunities here.
It will allow for movement of some of our manufacturing that is in the congested Georgetown area to come to this part of the area, which means jobs to people on this side. It will cut travel time. It will ensure access, farm to market access to products, and not only in a seasonal manner, because while we're driving on the dams today in a sunny way, once it rains, it becomes very slippery and only tractors can traverse here. So this is why I believe we could simply say to all Guyanese, let's unite for development. Because if we could all start seeing the same thing, we will stop fighting over the small things and start working to create more space that everybody could benefit from. So while everybody is lining up at the Ministry of Housing to get a house lot because they figure the few plots that they know are available will soon run out, so they would like to be number 1 out of 50,000. This is creating an understanding that we will get there. I'm extremely happy that the President is leading this initiative.
You know, in our manifesto, we talk about many developmental projects and programs for Guyana. And this will be one of the transformative projects.
You know, as a son of Region 3, anytime projects are happening in this region, I'm like the pot salt. I have to be in the middle of it. So this process here started a while back, but I'm happy that the President is bringing it to the front burner. Today we are here, it's not just the building of a road. It's not just the building of a road. This is not just the building of, this is when the President used the word we Guyanese. This is a project that we expect to have most locals involved, from the conceptualization, design, implementation, everything. The jump start on this project is a locally run initiative. We have the engineers at the back of us, we have the design people, all the persons with the data for the entire area. We have all of those that are local people. We don't need foreign project engineers to come, at least in the jump start of this. But what this project means really is the expansion of the country. It is not just for traffic and dealing with traffic management and to get persons from point A to point B faster. It is opening up of lands, resources that can industrialize the area. Right? So we have some timelines, some quick timelines to grading and shaping at least so that people can traverse. And then by January, we're supposed to have a timeline for the entire project scope to understand cost and everything, and then we'll be able to start building this highway.
The main fact that the President gave, say, the locals, it shows that he has a lot of trust in the young engineers, the young technicians, and we're very happy to see the President going along that route. From the standpoint of the Ministry of Public Works, we were been designing roads long ago, and I think we have the capacity to ensure that the initial designs are done, and we can then take it, if required, to specialists. But at this point in time, we do have the capacity to ensure that we can do the groundwork for this project. And I'm very happy once more to hear the President saying that put the trust in the local engineers to have this project up and running.
As part of His Excellency's vision for the Guyana Defence Force, the Guyana Defence Force will be very much involved in development of this country, which is part of our mandate.
Well, for this particular project, I will be part of the planning team, and when it comes to the execution, we will be deploying men and machinery to aid in the construction.
I'm very, very excited as a person who lives in the #1 Canal area and as a member of the Private Sector Commission. I think this is an awesome opportunity that just don't bring the benefit of free movement and easy movement on the roadway, but it also creates a whole host of other opportunities, such as tourism that oversee the conservancy. It creates also opening up more farmland for agriculture. It also creates opportunity for aquaculture and housing development. So it doesn't benefit the road users alone. It benefits a lot of other sectors. And from a private sector standpoint, I think it's a remarkable project that the government is embarking on at this point in time.
This road, it will do so much for this, not only Region 3, but for Guyana as a whole, because it would reduce costs of getting produce from the Essequibo and from other Parika to Georgetown at a lower rate. Companies that do manufacturing, that are involved in agro-processing, those products would be able to arrive there at a lower cost and in better quality. So it will do wonders for Guyana. In terms of NISIL, NISIL is part of the, whole of Gaisuku, and Gaisuku has a lot of land here which are not being used as we drove through. You see, those are marginal lands. Sugarcane not growing properly on them. Those lands can be converted into housing, going to create a better value for Gaisuku. Rather than having the lands abandoned, they can sell those lands, and those money can be used in Gaisuku for more productive means.
Now, remember we put in our manifesto, in our budget, not our manifesto, in our budget 2020, that we're giving special incentives of plantation agriculture, corn and soya beans. So with this kind of work that we are doing right here today, it is also an invitation for young professional Guyanese who want to invest, the business class Guyanese who want to invest, and with the possibilities that we are working on simultaneously to this infrastructural development of bringing in 400 megawatts of electricity through gas to power and hydroelectricity, agro-processing, manufacturing, industrialization. Oil and gas will only be a small, proportionate component of our economy. We have to be able to develop other sectors. Now, over here in the West Demerara as well, where we are, and in other areas, we have to look to put in the call centers, ICT. We have liberalized the telecommunications sector. We will bring in other fiber optic cables. With the building of the Demerara Harbour Bridge, the cable that is forever being cut on the Demerara riverbed could be resolved because we could run it alongside the bridge. It will no longer be cut by the ships coming in. We have to dredge and open up the whole front of the Demerara River, building of shore bases. So people got to move to work, businesses. We must be with a 24-hour bridge without openings. It is easy for the development of factories and so on over here because the trucks don't have to be bothered by openings and all the rest of it. You could just get over your concrete bridge. So Guyanese, we all need to be seeing the same thing. We need to stop fighting over small things and unite for the development and the prospering of Guyana.
It's exciting times for Guyana, exciting time for young people. And there's enough for us as Guyanese to be proud of. There's enough work ahead of us. We have to stop spending so much energy on negativity. And looking into the future, looking into the potential, we have to embrace positive energy and move this country forward. There's no other way. There's no other option. We're going to build an amazing future here in Guyana.